Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 4, NASDAQ off 3, S&Ps are off 6.5. Gold contract down $3.10, traded $1,228 an ounce. Silver down 4 cents at $17.13 an ounce. Platinum up $5 and $5.50 at $1,255 an ounce. Copper up 2 pennies at $3.06 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $80.71 a barrel. That had broken the 80 level. We'll go back. We'll take a look at that in a few. Bonds rejected lower price. Had lighter volume, up 4 ticks to 10 at 127.05. 30 up 8 ticks at 131.31. Bottom line, bonds want to go after their October 15th high, folks. King dollar down 243 ticks, trading out at 85.57. You have the euro up 37 at 127.08, and the yen is trading down 44 at 107.72. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look. And what do you have? You have a flat market. If we take a look at the SPY first, what you've had here 3 separate times intraday, folks, is that the market's trying to hang at its high each and every time up. It hasn't been able to hold that high. So what you're going to have out here is that we're going to have a higher high with lighter volume. Bottom line, we'll see whether it can close at its highs or underneath those highs. We go to the Dow Industrials, same setup in the Dow. The Dow Industrials right now are flat. They're down 3, actually. They've got to a high of 17,729. Your high on Friday was the 811 mark. We reached 729, didn't quite get that, baby. Absolutely no juice behind the move. There's no two ways about that. We go to the NASDAQ Composite. Same setup in the Composite. We have with the Composite. Got to 4489. Your high out here on Friday was the 4486. You're at 4479. Composite also is going to do very light volume. So we'll see whether you get a roll over here and, in fact, you get an acceleration on the way back down to that B point of a much larger ABC structure on the way down. And do we have an expansion with volume? Thus far, when you take a look at the S&P, folks, what you have is this. If we take a look at the cash S&P, you bring this back. We'll put this on basically a 3-year weekly. And what you're going to see is that what we've done thus far is this. We broke the uptrend that had been in place since December of 2012. And what you're doing is that we came right back up to the bottom of the break, of the channel line. We did that last week. We did a very fast, furious, no two ways about that. We went from 1882 up to 1965, that break. So when we broke down with conviction. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. You get back up to there. That's what they like to do. Bottom line is that no juice as you're coming into that trend line. Now we'll see no juice today. We'll see what happens as the market starts pulling back. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold has tested twice the level of the 15th. The 15th, that's where we had the wide price spread in gold. Gold traded to a low of 1222, a high of 1250. That day, we traded, I believe, a couple 100,000 contracts. Yeah, 258,000 contracts. Last Thursday, we came down and tested that area with 140,000. Today, we're testing it with 71,000. So your correlation is 71, 140, 256. That's a good correlation. Now what you need is a rejection of price at 1226. We got down to 1227.10. It would have been nice to hit that 1226. Thus far, you do have lighter volume. The XAU and the HUI, they busted out their lows that were generated out here on the October 15th, October 8th level. The XAU is at 74.75. That has to get back inside the 75.39 area. HUI is a bit stronger. HUI also has to still get back inside the 188.33. Right now you're at 183 rather, 33. We're at 182.56. I do expect you're going to see that. You have divergence, no doubt, inside that market, but what you also have, that looks to me like a false break downtown. And what that is, specifically in the XAU and the HUI, when you break and you break lower and the volume contracts that dramatically, which it has, folks, most times you get right back inside the range. King dollar. What do we have at King dollar? King dollar is going to need more volume as it's pulling back. King dollar has pulled back 243 ticks today. Light volume, though. You're pulling back on 21,000 contracts. That 21,000 contracts is going into 32,000. So what you have out here is that what you need for the metal market to basically start moving topside is to get that B point, which will get tested. My take is we had an ABC structure down in the dollar. On a short-term basis, longer-term meaning a year, 2 years, yes, it wants to go higher. After the expansion that we had in the dollar, though, we went from 78.90 up to the 87 price point. We came down with volume. That high volume low on the 15th will get tested. And we'll see whether it's going to be an ABC structure on the way down. It looks to me that the dollar does want to pull back in somewhere into this 82.90 area. Some of the high-volume stocks in a low-volume market out here. You have Bank of America down 16. Twitter is off $1.30. You have Halliburton down 363. Schlumberger is off 419. Inside the XLE, or actually, let's go to oil first, okay? What we had with oil is this. CLZ we're dealing with. So oil out here today broke into a price point of $79.44. We've done 262,000 contracts. Now, that level is some decent volume. We got under the price points of last week. On Wednesday, we did 352,000. On Thursday, you did 351. We're at 80.73. Those lows out there were 80.03. That's the first part. Second part, that you can make the case there that, okay, listen, you got under them, you're over them now. That means it wants to go higher. That's a legit deal. However, on the 16th and the 15th, what we had is this. You had 262,000 contracts at the 79.38 low. That was on the 15th. On the 16th, you went to a lower low, 79.10. You had 260,000 contracts. We've done 262,000 thus far. You get an expansion of that volume slightly. It's subtle. There's no two ways about it. But bottom line, that's saying that oil wants to get out of the 75 area. Inside that oil and gas structure, the XLE has an expansion of volume once again. The XLE is no doubt, this is a ETF that had gone from $101 straight down to 77. You know, so we're talking, what, $34, right? Off 101, big number. You're down there with volume. You have a high volume low at $77.51. You come back topside. As we go down, folks, the high volume low is 69 million shares. You do a counter trend bounce of 26 million. The 26 million is going into 35 million. Today you get 19 million. You know, we'll see how it's going to attack at least the top of the high volume low. The top of the high volume low on the 15th is $80.77. Right now you're at $83.63. You want to bisect and dissect that a little. ExxonMobil is down $1. This is a stock that went from 105 down to let's see, down to 88. No, down to 86. Big hit, no doubt about it. If we bring Exxon back on a longer-term basis, okay, what we're going to look at, put this on 4 years, and what you're going to see with Exxon is that, number one, I suspect this high-volume low on a weekly basis is going to get tested, $86, but this thing is game into $81 also. And this morning, you know, there were plenty of folks out there saying, hey, listen, you know, ExxonMobil, great stock to buy. It's paying a 2.9% dividend. Something you always want to keep in mind, folks. That is paying a 2.9% dividend. That's at this price. Exxon just down another $10. Guess what? Think of how long it takes to get that dividend to make up $10. It's the principle that's important, keeping the principle intact. Dow down 3, NASDAQ off 3, S&Ps are off 6. We're going to be right back, folks.